Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of the Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke challenge. So right off the bat, just letting you guys know that, the challenge for today is to try and get to the first gym. We're not so much going to go ahead and get into it, simply because we don't have the Pokemon to do it. But we are going to go ahead and try and level up a little bit and see what Pokemon we are able to get. So with that being said, let me go ahead and grab my controller, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so as we're quickly doing this, I'm going to be doing some checks. Potato computer, have to make sure that everything's doing pretty good. The controller seems to be working fine. That's great. That's wonderful. And let's check the Pokemon. Just a quick update on our Pokemon. So right off the bat, we have Groovy or Shuckle, and you guys can see some of his like EVs and IVs and moves there, which is pretty cool. And the next Pokemon up in here is going to be Mewtwo, which we got lucky with. And as you guys can see, we named him Hackerman. If you guys have any other names or ideas for a future Pokemon, let us know in the chat or in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. It's actually really interesting. I should probably just investigate. Face is reflected in the water. It's a shining brimful. Ooh, that was deep. Randomly deep. Alright. But yeah. So thanks for you guys, especially the little chat train that we had last time. You guys give a lot of interesting insights into pretty much what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong. As I said, we're going to go ahead and level up a little bit this episode. Super important that we go ahead and do that. And, alright. First trainer battle. Let's find out. Abra. I swear to you, I think Groovy is probably going to be the Pokemon that stays with me till the end. It's a horrible Pokemon, Shuckle in general. At least compared to some of the other stuff that's popped up for us, it's probably not the best one. But nonetheless, here we are. If there's a little bit of a lag, I'm just letting you guys know that the reason it happens is because there's a weird discrepancy between the render time and what my computer's doing, and also what sort of, I don't know, streaming for some weird reason. Alright, can we hit him with confusion? You can't teleport, you're not a wild Pokemon. So confusion again. Super effective. There we go. 39 XP. Level set. I'm telling you, Groovy's gonna be like the Pokemon to watch throughout this entire playthrough. But as we're going on about this, thank you so much. I finally was able to go ahead and get, actually one of you all decided to go ahead and get a microphone for me. So thank you so much. I really, really, really do appreciate that. I think that's wonderful. It's not very effective. It will definitely clean up a lot of the audio. Granted, there's still going to be a lot of tweaking and stuff that I'll be doing along the way. So yeah, no, it helps tremendously. I think the next upgrade that we're looking for is to go ahead and get a better laptop or a better PC to go ahead and be able to give you guys the best experience possible and truly film at 1080p along with everything that comes with it, right? Hitting with confusion. So we already caught a Pokemon in this road in the previous episode, or in the previous time that I streamed. So sadly we can't catch anything in this road. We're going to have to wait until we enter another road to be able to catch something. Hopefully it's something good. Hopefully it's something easy to catch or great, but we'll find out. All according to time, right? So as I'm battling through this, I will quickly look over at my phone. There's a couple of questions that I got asked the other day, that were sent to me through chat. There's just a couple of talking points about, different areas in psychology. So I'll just keep spamming confusion for a bit. Maybe switch over to Shuckle in a second, but I think confusion will do it. And we'll just quickly go over some of those topics, It is, we are primarily a psychology channel. Granted, we are talking and doing Let's Plays, and pretty much anything like that. Yeah, let's send out Shuckle real quick. Alright, I just pulled it up. Right. Okay. So one of the big things that has sort of popped out for me, which is like, how do you get an alpha mentality? That's one of the questions there, right? Or like, what are sort of the difference between not be taking advantage of the situations around you? And if you were in counseling, of course, we'd want to go deep in all of that. We'd want to go ahead and ask you, ooh, there we go, level 8. We'd want to ask you, sort of what's holding you back. Go on deep, but if we were just being superficial about it, um, try not to separate yourself, especially when it comes in terms of relationships as alpha, beta, whatever, right? An alpha male, beta male, or whatever. The best way to look at it is as an individual that's trying to go ahead and, you know, get what they want out of life. Focus on yourself, focus on your goals, focus what you want out of life. Um, the more that you focus on yourself, Trico. Okay, I should probably hit him once and then switch over to Mewtwo. Focus on what you want out of life, right? Sorry, I'll be switching back and forth really quick. The more that you focus on that, the easier it's going to be to go ahead and make it a habit, a daily habit, especially if we're talking about success, right? Um, the daily habits of success essentially is, keeping something going that for you it either makes you happy or makes you successful. So yeah, uh, I'm pretty sure this is a joke comment type thing, so I'm going to skip that. Uh, oh, beautiful. Hanging like hang-ups on breakups, yeah. And I'm pretty sure, as I said, this is just a leveling up episode or leveling up stream, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep hammering through, try and get my guys up to at least level 12. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to level up to 15 if I'm gonna take on the gym. If I only have two Pokemon, fingers crossed that I don't. But you have your hang-ups and like, what do? Honestly, say your piece and move on. You want the honest truth, like if you care about this individual, right? The best thing that you can do is respect her decision and move on. Even if you think it's wrong. Even if you think like, you know what, we should have stayed together. Um, Things would have been great if like, we had whatever, right? Whatever the reason may be. Uh, yeah, just state your piece and move on and just be strong about it. Granted, it's a hard decision, and don't get me wrong, I am not making light of it. A lot of people deal with anxiety because of it, and relationship trauma, relationship breakups is a huge thing that a lot of people just don't know how to handle in general, right? But if you want to heal, if you want to go ahead and yes, please take my Pokemon. There we go. If you want to go ahead and become a better person, be able to heal, be able to grow, be able to understand sort of like the opportunities that come in the future. Alright, we're good. Then yeah, you have to say your piece and move on. And with that being said, let's move on to the next one, which is how do I just broke up with my significant other. By the way, as I said, we're gonna go ahead and level up. So let's see what this trainer had. I had a bad feeling about this trainer last episode. That explains it. That totally explains it. If I had only a hacker man with me, or like they were under leveled, I wasn't going to be able to do anything. They had no PP left, so no moves left at all. Oh yes, sorry about that. I get a little distracted by the game, so I'll just keep hammering through. Fuck, what was I on? Damn, you see, a little bit of a short memory there. So what do, right? As an individual, you want to go ahead and get her back, right? You broke up with your ex, or your ex broke up with you, and you want to go ahead and do something. And as a psychologist, right, the best advice I can go ahead and give you is, again, do a no contact. You want to heal, because I think that's probably what you should look at is healing a little bit. Then take 30 days. Do a no contact thing, as much as like, especially if you had a healthy breakup or like or you guys didn't block each other immediately, then go ahead and use a 30-day period to just not talk to each other. We, because of our phones and because of technology, we are so used to getting information right away. There's a saying that says like, absence makes the heart grow fonder, or I'm not even sure if I got that right. Let me know. But yeah, no, essentially if you decide, right, or if you find yourself in a situation like this where your significant other or ex significant other uh, put up this wall and they're moving away from you, and they're like, even if it's like by the close to the end of the relationship and you're feeling this cold wall, best thing to do, stop communicating. You know, if they really care about you, what you'll see is that they'll try and reach out, right? And you'll be like, but what if they're not thinking about me? Trust me, people think about you. Even past the relationships, they'll still have memories about you. And the more that the relationship, like, how do you put it? Say that you were in a relationship for over 10 years, right? And you haven't been together in 2 or whatever, right? And this person did have a traumatic impact on your life or whatever that may be. What happens, and it's a funny enough human syndrome, is unless they really, really traumatize you, you will mostly think of the positive memories that you have of them. Groovy is level 9. There we go. So in a way, like, even don't think that they'll ever forget you, because in a way that, like, some of the memories that you made are yours unique, right? That's sort of what makes life awesome, is the fact that you get to have these unique memories with one another. But 30 days, no contact. If she reaches out to you, that's okay. Or if they reach out to you, he, she, whatever they may be, reach out to you, perfectly okay to respond, right? Use that opportunity to, as I usually say, make a date. Groovy. All right, let's send out Hacker Man. I think confusion will probably do best. But yeah, hang out, hook up, have fun. At that point, if you guys do end up coming back together, don't take the first time that you guys hook up as like, oh, we're together again. Please don't fall into that trap. Follow, I guess, I'll go into it in a bit, which is like the simple dating advice that's sort of a lifesaver before you get into a very toxic relationship. And it's simply like hang out, hook up, have fun, honestly. And the important thing to know is every relationship is different and every breakup is different. And if you guys truly, like, if you guys want actual counseling, feel free to reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys out. And if you guys just want to, like, a quick question and, like, answered or whatever, leave it in the chat. I'm a psychologist. I'll do my best to go ahead and give you the advice. I won't do counseling on stream because I think that's a little bit unethical. But I will go ahead and give you, like, the best advice possible that I can, that I've had from my training and my studies. Oh, thank God we healed, man. That was a tough battle, like, legitimately, with Rayquaza. If I would have done this last stream, it would have been game over. Alright, Petalburg. I can't even pronounce it. Petalburg City. Petalburg. There we go. Let's get some. Yeah, we need some. Paralyze heal, because clearly that's going to be an issue popping up. Yep. And a Pokeball. Potions. Yeah, I only have 2. We need 1. Yeah. Beautiful. It's so weird. So I programmed it to, like, on my controller to go ahead and move by the directional buttons and the left joystick or left stick. So I switch from left to right occasionally in order to, like, move my glasses up or whatever may be happening. Oh, girl, if only I had you. But, like, what I've noticed is, like, I can occasionally just control everything with one hand because it's a Game Boy Advance game. It's not that hard. So, like, I'll be moving my glasses up like this, for example, right? And there's a little bit of a stutter and, like, the character's moving. I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, another question that popped up. What is, since I have been mentioning about technology and sort of everything changing the game, right? Because it has, there's Tinder, there's different. We're so close to being able to get a new Pokemon. There's different Tinder, the, like, Circle Elite or Elite Circle or whatever that may be, Bumble, Grinder if you're into that. There's a lot of other applications out there to help facilitate dates, right? So what is texting that attracts versus texting that repels? Simple. If you're in that first phase and you want to go ahead and have an impact, right? Or tackle, damn. Yeah, use constrict. And, like, the best psychology or the best life coach advice that I can give you is simply text with the purpose, right? And as weird as this is, I would say, If you want someone that is mature, someone that can actually handle shit, find someone that you can give a call to. A lot of people, we have a phone for a reason, but a lot of people are afraid of actually calling the other individual. And if you make a call to set a date, right? Texting should be used for that purpose as well. If someone reaches out to you, you know, set a definite date, make a time, make a place, keep it within a week, I would say, like a week period. That way it doesn't go on for too long and you guys keep stalling it forward. So, confusion, no, disable. That conversion to is going to get on my nerves. So definitely just make a date. That's definite time, definite date. The more that you talk, especially in the beginning periods, the less your magic's going to work. I know that this is a really weird thing where we think if we talk a lot, we'll be able to go ahead and swoon them, make them swoon, or whatever that may be, right? No, the more you start talking, the less attractive that they might be to you because you're opening yourself up, right? Girls want a little, not just girls, but people want mystery in general. I have this one friend who he is, I guess, a genius at this game, a genius at the time of playing mystery, right? He's an intelligent individual, very, very intelligent. But, like, he can be right next to you, right? And just because of the way that he carries himself and the way that, like, he does certain things, a lot of people would think that, like, he has more, he's a mysterious individual that has a lot going on underneath the surface. Wonderful dude. That's, like, really, really wonderful dude. Alright, cross your fingers, let's hope it's something good. What is there going to be your next Pokemon? Yo. Oh my god. Uh yeah, bro, I'm gonna get a nosebleed from this. Holy shit. I hope we catch it. Rayquaza is amazing. What the heck? This kid... this whole gameplay, I'm really happy now. This whole gameplay, like from the first episode, we could have caught like amazing things, and now we come to Rayquaza. All right, let's hope. It's the only thing we can do is hope. And yes, I will use Groovy to bring him down. I don't think my Mewtwo is gonna have much of an effect, or Hackerman's gonna have a lot of an effect on him. But anyway. Yeah, so I will keep lowering. I'll throw some Pokeballs. Maybe we'll do a count together in a bit. See if we can get them. So yes, as I was saying, in a weird way, we kind of are programmed to go ahead and think that the more that we talk, the more that we text, the more that these individuals are going to be interested in us. But really, if you're very direct and to the point and, you set your dates, you hang out, hook up, and have fun, then yeah, you're definitely going to go ahead and, be more effective as an individual that's either in the dating world or, if the best way that I can put it is if you are dating, right? The number one mistake that you can make is, and it's going to sound bad, and I know it's going to sound bad, but all right, Pokeball time. But a lot of people make this mistake. A lot of my clients make this mistake. This is why I'm throwing it out there. The biggest mistake that you can do is to limit yourself, especially if you're dating. The moment you start limiting yourself, a lot of times that turns into really toxic situations where you start, like, say that this individual that you're with, that you suddenly decided to limit yourself with, it doesn't work out. She doesn't like you. She tells you that she's dating other men, which she probably is. If you guys are in the dating phase and you guys haven't talked, or she hasn't brought up the whole concept of exclusivity, she's probably dating somebody else as well. So the more that you try and center yourself into this ideology that, she's the one and that you're dropping everything behind before she brings up the topic of exclusivity, then yeah, there's definitely an issue there. And come on, 5 Pokeballs and he has that much life left. Let's go. So yeah, definitely, that's the number one mistake that I can tell you is keep dating. If you really like this girl, it's probably the best thing that you can do. It'll give you more experience. The fact that you're dating other people, right, will keep things interesting. And I'm not saying like when you guys become exclusive, keep dating other people. No, that's just, unless you guys are into that, then that's a separate conversation. But if you guys are in the dating phase, don't lock yourself down. The moment you lock yourself down, you're gonna go ahead and start having some issues, and all the issues that do aspire from that, especially if you do get rejected or you find out that she's dating other individuals, will turn into talks, like negative thoughts, negative appraisals onto that person, when really it was you that took that action. So I hope that that sort of clears that up. Um, and speaking of it, oh yeah, that was the next question on my list here that someone brought up was how do you bring up exclusivity? Um, you don't. You want the straight up truth? You don't. The moment that you try and start tying someone down is the moment that you start losing. Um, and if you really want to do this whole like alpha male mentality, blah 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 blah, right? Uh, I'll put this: when a person has wants equal power in a relationship or wants to make things, my heart. I sort of knew already by the time we got to like we got him down to red. We weren't going to be able to do much, so that's why I was like, I'd rather keep a Pokeball, save it for later than anything. It hurts my heart, but there's no way that I would have been able to catch Rayquaza with anything else, right? Anyway, let's heal up a little bit. And yeah, no, you don't bring up exclusivity. I think that's one of the main issues that a lot of people suffer with is, and they're like, well, why doesn't you want to be with me? You're forcing things, bro. You're pushing things along. Hang out, hook up, have fun. Let them bring up exclusivity. Granted, sometimes, we fall into that trap. Heck, sometimes I fall into that trap. And, it's sort of like especially when it's someone that you really like, you'll try and like be like, oh, why don't we go ahead and like do this together? And you'll try and set more dates than you should. You'll try and, push the semblance that you guys are a thing. When really at the moment you guys are just starting to feel one another out. So, again, hang out, hook up, have fun, guys. Alright, so what I've noticed, right, is confusion is really, really strong against fire types, so I'll go ahead and use that. We're level 10s already, so as I said, we're aiming for level 12, level 13 maybe. So, yeah. If you guys have any questions about, like, anything to do with, like, if you guys need any life advice, psychology, or whatever, drop it down in the chat below or in the comments if you're on YouTube, and I'll make a video about that. I might make a video explaining what I've just said, essentially, on YouTube as well. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there, especially in the media itself, where it's like doing grand gestures to try and win someone back. I think that's probably the number one thing that pisses me off in terms of, what is seen out there in the media. Dude, if you're doing that shit, stop. Best way I can tell you, just stop. If you really want to go ahead and get her back, as I said, she's for whatever reason, ended peacefully or whatever. Say what you got to say, move on, do no contact, right? Or the best thing that you can do is focus on yourself. I think any other attempt that you try and do will come off as like very manipulative. And the biggest feature that you can do is for yourself. Grow as an individual. Keep dating. There are other people out there in the world. Is she interested or being friendly? Well, best way that I can put it is, have you asked? Well, not really asked, but like, how has the conversation gone when you tried to take it a certain direction? If someone's being friendly, they'll put up a wall almost instantly. If someone's really interested in you, like, you can say stupid shit and they'll laugh at it. It's all about charisma, bro. If she's really interested in you, as I said, you can even like back off just a little bit, and if they come towards you, the same thing with texting. I think this is a good segue into this, right? If you are doing more of the texting than your significant other or the person that you're dating, there's an issue with that, right? It's a back and forth. If you hit the ball over like the net, like say you're playing tennis, right? They don't hit it back. Don't hit the ball again. It's up to them to hit that ball back. Granted, if you've been in a relationship for a long time and that's sort of your love language or your communication or whatever, that's a separate thing. But if you guys are just dating or just started dating or whatever that may be, right? Or you think she might be interested in you, think about it like a tennis match. If you hit the ball over the net, she doesn't hit it back or they don't hit it back, oh well, you got a clear sign there. But if you keep on hitting a ball over the net, that gets really tiring, wouldn't it? If say that like you want a water break or something, but like the person opposite of you just keeps, for some reason, has an infinite amount of balls, and like every day they keep shooting a ball over the net at you. or like every minute or every hour. That would be a lot. That would be too much. All right, Arbok. I'm actually really scared, guys, because that would have been, like, technically should have been our fourth Pokemon, but we weren't able to catch it. So it's been Growlithe and a Rayquaza that we haven't been able to catch. Or, sorry about the random motorcycle. The Ludicolo that we did have, Papi, died in battle, right? We couldn't catch the Hitmonchan, so damn, we're in a tight spot at the moment. How do I get women to come to me? Look, man, best way that I can put it is people's emotions are like the clouds in the skies, right? Sometimes you just gotta let them go, dude. The best thing that you can do is focus on yourself, focus on your career, focus on what you want out of life, and you know, the more that you focus on that, and as I said, out of your own aspirations, you're truly happy with what you're doing, you sort of become like this magnetic energy, and people will start coming to you off of that. So do what you like, follow that. It's the best way I can put it. Use constrict, please. No, I'm gonna have to run out of this battle. I don't want to keep getting paralyzed like this. Yeah, but focus on yourself. Focus on your own growth. Focus on what you believe is true, and yeah, keep going from there. All right, what's in this Pokeball? If I can get another encounter. Okay, I will make a topic on sort of. Okay, I'll bring it up on stream at the moment, but I will make a full-on video about that on our YouTube channel, Psyculturist. You know, we're doing a bunch of reactions right now to a bunch of anime series. If you guys have one that you'd want me to go ahead and analyze, drop it down in the chat. I'll go ahead and definitely look into it. Granted, because of the lag, sadly, I'm not really able to interact the chat like in terms of just talking, so I have to like type it. Otherwise, like if I look at the chat, literally, I have to use my phone to type, because if I use my computer, it like stalls and like everything goes haywire. So, that's for those of you all that are on Twitch. For those on YouTube, just leave the comment. I'll like it. If I like it, that means that I'll go ahead and make a video out of it. And this is going to be, you know, professional life advice, best way to put it, coaching advice from a psychologist, right? But I'll go ahead and get started with that. Another common texting mistake when you're in a relationship, right? Using too many emojis, or not overdoing things, right? You start to lose sentiment of what the word is, right? So, for example, saying "Hey, babe," right, or "Love you," or doing a bunch of kissy emojis or whatever, right? There are some couples that do that, and that's their love language. Totally fine, right? But you know, if you start changing your texting behavior because you're with a person, and you start now using all these emojis, all these things, and sometimes you don't even feel it, but you're just using it because that's the way you communicate. You literally start putting up a wall in your communication, right? And at that point, you're like, for example, I was in a relationship once, right, where it was sort of that gross type of thing where you start saying babe a lot, honey, every so often, and it's sort of losing its meaning, right? So that's the overall thing, is it will start to lose its meaning, and when it loses its meaning, it's hard to get it back, right? Because you've essentially conditioned it to just be like a normal thing, when, you know, try and reserve what you do. Should I buy gifts for the person I'm dating? Flowers? No, please don't. Yeah, just please don't. Gifts or anything should be, I'd say, if you're married, yeah. If you're married, feel free. If you've been in a relationship for a long time and it's your anniversary or whatever, yeah. If you're dating, your gift's more than likely going to go in the trash in a number of months. Sorry. You want the truth? That's the truth, guys. Granted, it's not every situation, but in most cases, you know, if you're dating, granted, some people are actually dating to go ahead and find someone special, someone that means something to them. But a lot of people, you know, are out there just fucking around for a bit, right? They're trying to find themselves in this crazy world. And if you're going to go ahead and invest in something, invest in yourself, dude. You know, clearly it seems as though you need it. So And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I'm saying this in like a straight up way, like one person to person. As life advice, invest in yourself. You are the biggest form of success that you can be, right? And if you are valuing what other people are saying to you or what other people mean to you, then yeah, no, you're losing the entire picture. By the way, I really wish I had that master ball earlier. That would have been great. And now I have a great ball, so yay, more Pokeballs. Woo. I bet you anything, I'm gonna forget that I have a master ball later on, and I'm just gonna completely miss like any Pokemon that I should catch. It happens, man. Yeah, some of you guys are bringing up some pretty good questions here. I like it. By the way, for those of you on Twitch and those of you on YouTube, I have a separate, list here of people that have sent me questions or emails or so on and so forth, have reached out to me personally with a bunch of questions and stuff beforehand that they just wanted to know, wanted me to go ahead and address on stream. Might as well, right? How does being like walking away create attraction? Simple, man. Why are you chasing after someone that doesn't like you? Because they built that attraction, right? Walking away is essentially asserting, in a weird way, it's asserting dominance. It's asserting the fact that you have the ability to, like, their impact on, like, their life journey doesn't impact yours. And you have the ability to go ahead and say, like, I won't walk away. To a lot of people, there's nothing, like, sexier than someone that has the confidence to go ahead and know what they want in life. And know, like, are not afraid to go, like, you know, if there's something coming, they're not afraid to, like, back out of it, right? Not back out of it, but like walk away from it. So walking away is really like, it's a power move essentially, and that's sort of the thing, especially if your relationship ended. Hey, it ended, get your shit together and keep moving on. Granted, I will say, like, if this is your first time going through a breakup or whatever that may be, right, hit him with confusion please, but or disable, yeah, actually, but it's gonna fuck. If this is like, you know, you've been in a couple relationships, breakups suck. They do. Don't get me wrong. I've been there, bud. But you have to value yourself, man. Like, what does value mean to you? And what does it mean to your position of power? How do you grow, essentially? How do you grow? How do you want to grow? Where do you want to go? All of these things, right? And I think it's important that you recognize that. And you recognize, like, your ability to impact the future. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. And as I said, we've all been through it. You know, we've all been through a breakup. For those of you that haven't been in a relationship, you will go through a breakup at some point in your life. Even if it's not like a romantic breakup, you know, sometimes breakup with friends, you know, it happens. Why do women go for men that are cold? You sound, okay, bro. Straight up. So one of the big things here is, like, I don't have to be like, if we go on session, I will be, you know, I will be professional. I will be a complete counselor. But since this is life advice and this is coaching, the way you're framing that from a position that's under power, right? Like underneath someone's power. Straight up, indifference turns people on. Why? Because you don't know where their feelings are. If, say that you are, you know, you're dating someone, right? Boy or girl, doesn't matter, right? And you don't know how they feel about you. At that point, like, that indifference, you'll go ahead and you'll try and find out where you stand with them. Especially if you're attracted to them. You'll go ahead and definitely try and, like, create that link with them. But if there's someone that's secure with it, why even try? You already know for a fact that they like you, you like them. Yeah, there might be a little bit of flirting, but trust me, if the indifference makes a huge difference, in dating for some reason. It happens. It's human behavior, man. Crazy people you should avoid. People that are putting walls around you. People that are manipulative. People that are too clingy. People that are too avoidant. People that will stop you from succeeding. I think those are people you should avoid. Will distance ruin my relationship? Want me to be straight up honest with you? If you guys don't have good communication skills, then distance can probably fuck up your relationship. I'm just being straight up. And we're level 12, guys. We're getting really close to where I said I wanted to go. Yeah, distance is distance is hard. As I said, I will make future videos with all of this, like, further in depth, talking about it. But yeah, you don't have to go through this alone, guys. I think this is the number one thing, is like, a lot of people think that, like, they harbor all these issues in, and like, you know, they wait until it like explodes last minute or whatever. You don't have to go through this alone. Every relationship is different. Every breakup is different. And that's what I'm here for, guys. If you guys want counseling, one-on-one counseling, I'll probably put up something to like my counseling site, and you guys will be able to go there. If not, like, you know, if you guys are liking, especially on Twitch, follow. You know, I'm not asking for subscriptions. Just go ahead and get up to 25 followers, and I'll give you guys like free advice or whatever, like professional coaching advice. Like, I'm not going to do a counseling session on stream. As I said, I think that's unprofessional, but I will go ahead and just give you guys advice as to whatever's happening. Successfully reattracting my ex. How do I do it? As I said, focus on yourself, man. If you guys haven't blocked each other on social media, show off what you're doing, man. You know, people are addicted to their phones, and most importantly, don't be afraid to show like what makes you happy. If you're showing, you know, that you're being successful without those individuals being in your life, that's attractive. That's attractive to a lot of people. Sorry, guys. I know. As I said, this is just a episode to go ahead and level up my Pokemon a little bit. Before we go to the gym, before we start getting serious. So, yeah. Should I date my employee? No. I mean, trust me, like, we've all been in situations where we fucked around at work, right? But the moment you start dating someone with power under, you're creating a weird power dynamic. Can get you in a lot of trouble, bro. Can get you in a lot of trouble. So just watch yourself, best way I can put it. Remember power dynamics, and I personally would not date an employee. It's just rough. Same thing, like, would I date a client? No. I would not date a client. Not only because it's APA, like, stated that you can't date a client, but also because it's unethical. And I think the biggest thing of all is, like, if you're dating a client or an employee, there's always a weird power dynamic. There's always something associated with it, and at the end of the day, it can harm them, and it can harm you. So, how do I get out of the friend zone? I've stated this countless times before in this stream. Just, you know, either grow some balls or don't, dude. If you want me to be straight up with you, you know, shoot your shot. If it doesn't work, walk away. Otherwise, you're always going to be stuck, you know, being a simp. Straight up. Women's shit test. I would say people's shit test. I think that question's not stated correctly. Confusion. Because guys and girls and everyone in between has a bunch of different shit tests that they do, especially if they've gone through some sort of trauma in the past. Best thing you can do is call it out. If you see a shit test happening, you can be like, you know, just be like, hey, why are you doing this? And, you know, a lot of people back down. A lot of people don't like to be called out on the spot. So, there you go, bud. Hope that helps. What is a successful relationship? Okay, that's a good question, dude. Let's go ahead and constrict. So, a successful relationship, right? Or what is a healthy relationship? I'll put it simple, right? A healthy relationship is two complete individuals coming together to make their life beautiful, right? People have this weird mentality that a healthy relationship should be 50-50. But no, because that means that you're only 50%, right, successful. You need that other person to be the 100% successful. No. You should be complete. You should be a complete individual, right? And like 100%. That, like, if that person stopped existing tomorrow, yeah, it might suck, but you're totally fine. And that's how you lead a healthy relationship. Granted, sometimes, you know, we're not always to 100%. Sometimes we're at 75%, and it's okay to, like, step over and help when it's needed. But if you build this relationship on a 50-50 basis, that you know, you're only 50% of the relationship instead of, like, being 100% and then being 100% as well, there's always going to be some weird codependence, some weird power struggles and arguments, I'm sure. But yeah, Oh, that's an interesting question. So, so for those of you on stream, if you guys disagree with me, let me know. I'm open to opinions. I'm also open to go ahead and talking about it. I'm just talking about my perspective out of some of the literature that I read, out of just my clients and what I've seen work and what I've seen doesn't work. So it's just important. The question was, why why is it that when I chase women they reject me? Because that's not your job. Your job should never be to chase, dude. The moment you start chasing, you are in a position under, like a power position under. And as I mentioned earlier to some of the other individuals before you, you know, having that mystery vibe of like not knowing where your emotions lie goes a long way. If you're chasing someone instead of them chasing you, you have that power under thing, and you're for sure like more than likely going to be put in a friend zone. So, throwing that out there. Hmm. Interesting. Do people on stream wear masks? Yes, absolutely. Even I'm wearing a mask because I'm playing this game. Granted, it's kind of mindless just going ahead and like pressing things, but I really want to get groovy up to like level 13 now. But again, yeah, so people wear masks, right? And we wear masks for protection. We wear masks, it's sort of like a performance thing. Um, but, any streamer is more than likely completely different than like when they're on stream than when they're off stream. Um, Granted that they can still be like fun and energetic. It's just like they're not to that level of excitement and like energy and like everything pouring through. Some are. I'm not saying all of them aren't, but I think the number one thing to watch out for, especially a duel battle, is like how tiring it can get. Right? What if you never switch that switch off? You would be exhausted at the end of the day. You would be so exhausted. So yeah, people are different. People wear masks. And it's just because it's the way that it is. It's the way that you cope with things, and that way, like, especially those that work or that do stream full time, they have to be able to take that mask off and go to bed and relax and be able to put on that persona when they need to put it on, right? So, it's it happens, dude. Confuse Ray, Shuckle, groovy. Yeah, okay. You guys sent quite a lot of questions. I'm liking it. Again, for those of you on Twitch, if you guys want to go ahead and just leave it on the chat, if on YouTube, just leave it in a comment if you guys have any questions. I am sort of a no-nonsense like life coach. When it comes to counseling, I approach everything through a counseling perspective, which is different. This is more of a life coach advice, and I'm just throwing the different advice out there. But if you guys have any, if you guys are like, hey, how do I deal with this problem? How do I deal with anxiety or depression? Just leave it in the chat. Also, how do you guys think my Pokemon game's going so far? I mean, level 12, level 11, not bad. Let's go with Barrier. How do I cause and prevent performance anxiety? I'm not sure if you meant this as a joke, but it happens, dude. 100%. I've seen, I've had some clients where this happens to them, and I think the number one thing with that is you might have to go to counseling straight up if this is in your particular case or whoever this person, this comment applies to. Try and find out, where it's coming from. There's a root to a lot of issues, and, there's, I hate to say it, but CBT is sort of like a band-aid. It covers the symptoms, not the root. Go to actual counseling, go to actual therapy, and try and dig in deep, because it can be a wide variety of things. It could even be a mental block, a previous relationship, so on and so forth. So definitely look into that. When should you move in together? If Have you guys talked about it before? Because if you haven't, you're gonna go into a world of trouble, dude. Uh, if it's Enrique, if I'm reading this right, and yeah, I can't say your name. You put it on there that it was fine. Uh, Best way to put it is if you guys have talked about it beforehand, whatever. Some people move in rather quickly. Some people move in like less than a month. But like they've talked about it, whatever that may be. Sometimes they lead very successful, relationships together after that. I'm not going to discredit them. Communication, dude. Communicate. Open up. You can move in whenever. Just have a communication. Have clear cut communication with your partner. So she pushed me away and asked for space. Then give it to her. If she's asking for space, I think the number one thing is if you stay there and if you push, and like I'm speaking out of experience with this as well, right? One of my first relationships, something similar like that happened, and instead of going back and giving her the space that she wanted, I kept pushing, right? And like some of my clients, they do this as well. It's like they're afraid of losing that relationship, so they'll keep pushing and they'll keep pushing and they'll keep like trying to like be like, no, but I'm here for you, and blah 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 blah. Leave her the space to think. If she loves you and if she resolves her mind, she'll come back to you, dude. Just space off, dude. Give her space. And I know it sucks to hear, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. It is what it is, buddy. It is what it is. And that's just the healthiest way to deal with things, dude. Because the moment that you're there and that if you keep not bothering her, but if you're all up in her space when she's asking for space, then are you really even listening to her? Are you respecting her wishes? What she's trying to communicate with you? It's the same thing with you. If you ask for space, would you like it if she stayed there? And what does it mean? It just means that she's evaluating things, dude. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. There might be someone else in the picture that's been talking to this individual, and she's weighing her options. That's the point about dating, dude. And I would actually 1,000 times more respect the individual that asks for space and asks for pushing you away a little bit, than for you to find out one day that she's cheating on you. Straight up. She's falling in love with me. Congratulations, bro. I don't know. Do you want a pity clap? That was just a comment. It wasn't even a question. I mean, if she's falling in love with you and you're stating it she's falling in love with me and I'm not falling in love with her, be open about it. Be open. If you're confident and you're open about your communication, yeah, you know what, it might end things, but at the same time, you're saving yourself a lot of heartbreak and you're saving her from heartbreak as well. I should buy some shit from the market, huh? And I know, guys, as I said, I'm sorry I'm not focusing that much on the Pokemon game tonight. Simple. Today was just about leveling up, while future episodes are gym battles and actually catching new things. So there's a lot of routes. He's bitchy, grumpy, and a bad communicator. Have you told him? A lot of times, we like to bitch on stream or through internet, Twitter, Facebook, whatever that may be. And sometimes we don't tell our partners. Ask them to be to open up a little bit more. If they don't, then you're in for a world of trouble. Oh, walked into that. Let's heal up my Pokemon. You're in for a world of trouble, and you're not going to be in for a successful relationship. What should I do at the end of a first date? Go for the kiss. You want to know if she likes you or not? Go for the kiss. Or if they like you or not? Yeah. And same, if you're a girl and you're going for the kiss, trust me, it makes the guy's life 1,000 times easier. Always go for the kiss on that first date, man. If it doesn't work, if they back out, if they give you the cheek or whatever, there you go. You can just quickly, where the boundaries are, and you can back out a little bit. There's a little mosquito or something in here. I can hear it buzzing even through my headphones. It's so weird, man. Oh, thank you. Skilled trainer. Okay, are you going to give me something? Hidden machine. An HM. What is that? Cut? Wow. Really like the fact that you guys definitely went ahead and submitted a lot of questions. Wonderful. Thanks a lot. You have trouble maintaining confidence. Alright, let's see if we can catch anything, if there's anything up here that we can catch, because I think it's going to be a new route. It is, Route 115. Is there anything we can catch in here? No, I don't think so. Damn. Let me check around. Yeah, especially around these like walls or whatever. Huh. I will... Let me think about that for a second. And I know I've been talking for like 50 something minutes. A soothe bell. Does anybody know what that is for? I don't remember. So if anybody can put it down in the chat what a soothe bell is for, that'd be great. Or in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Okay, trouble maintaining confidence. What type of confidence are we talking about, man? If you're talking about like just being in the relationship and assuring yourself that you're fine, then look into yourself, man. Counseling, going for some mental health thing, because that's a deep-rooted issue. If you're talking about like just maintaining confidence in general and talking and stuff, theater, speech coaches, public speaking classes, whatever that may be. But if it's just about yourself, all right, let's see what we catch, man. All right, let's see. Let's hope. Let's hope it stays. First off, let's hope it's not an Abra. If you're talking about yourself, though, the biggest form, as I said, confidence is probably one of the sexiest things that people can have. Just being, you know, a person can be like 500 pounds, and if they're super confident about their actions, they can make someone laugh. They're more than likely gonna pick up someone more than you will, straight up. Even if you're like have a six-pack or whatever, that person. But if you're not confident, dude, you're losing out. You only live life once, man. And if you come in with the understanding, right, that like, no, fuck, dude, fuck. All right, well, this is bringing us close to the end of our video here. We're like 3 minutes away, I swear, from like just shutting it down because we have to go through the first gem. But yeah, as I said, confidence is super sexy, man. Work on yourself. Work on feeling yourself out. Work on building yourself and being as confident as you can be. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it. But, you know, I think overall, just people do have some confidence issues. I remember, I'll give a quick little synopsis about myself and my building up confidence as I fight this remoraid. I remember for me, one of the biggest things was like, especially coming after like a really hard breakup, I had a hard time like sort of approaching girls again and trying to like hit on them or whatever. And I remember being in LA and this, like one of my friends there was like, you know what, dude, you didn't used to give a shit beforehand. You'd go up to people, you'd just start a conversation with them. Hey, how's your day going? You know what? The best thing that I can tell you to do, compliment them on something that you genuinely find interesting on them, right? Because a lot of guys will go up to people and just be like, hey, let me holler at you, girl. Let me see how's it going. Like, you know, let me pop a question, girl. Whatever that may be, right? But if you're like, hey, you know what? I really like, you know, I really like that necklace you're wearing. It really compliments your eyes. Bet you 100% that they're going to be a lot more susceptible and open than you being like, damn girl, you're hot, let me get those digits. Yeah, no, go up to random people. Start off with random people that, like, you know, I'm walking back and forth just because I want to make time to finish this point. Go to random people and just tell them that it'll build up your confidence and your ability to speak to others. So yeah, I think that's probably the best thing. Pokemon school, yeah, I'm not gonna need that. And we are coming to the end of the video, guys. With that being said, I truly appreciate you all. Let me heal my Pokemon, and as I'm healing my Pokemon, I'll give my final words here. I truly appreciate you all being here tonight. Practice some self-care, guys. Remember, like, self-care is best care. Do something that you guys find interesting, and if you guys have any questions or comments, as I said, either drop them on YouTube, where this video will probably remain longer than on Twitch, or, you know, follow us on Twitch, and, you know, I'll try and do a live stream like every other day, and we'll go from there. I truly appreciate you guys. I hope that, like, life advice, I know it can be a little tough sometimes to hear, but hey, it is 1,000 times better to hear it from a professional. With that being said, if you guys like what you guys are seeing, subscribe on YouTube or follow us on Twitch. We're trying to go ahead and build and grow into a bigger and better and more professional setting as well, and give you guys the best point possible. Anyway, I love you guys. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. And most importantly, I love you. Bye.